and welcome to everyone. I'm sorry because I didn't go live. I'm really sorry, I was sick. If, that we have one fighter missing weight, I will tell you what I think about the results and veins concretely. Only Alim Perez missed weight, but it's not too much really. We're looking forward to everything. I will just share this quickly and tell you what I think about picks predictions. First of all, I'm really and honestly sorry because I was unable to go live. I really am, but man, I had food poisoning. This was horrible. One of the most horrible things that have happened to me in my whole life, literally. And that's all I can say. That's literally all I can say. Is having this horrible life. But I guess those things are kinda happening all over the place from time to time, and it's kind of normal to sometimes slow down or whatever. And I'm just sharing this thing on Discord, so more people can come. More people can come here. 1 second. Alright. Okay, share this on Discord. Here we go. First of all, I hope you accept my sincere apology. Even today, I'm not in the best shape of my life, but I will still keep the ball rolling. And food poisoning is done. I guess it's done. Well, I hope it is. I'm not gonna guarantee it is or it isn't, but this was a really, really difficult period for me. And can BSD knock out? Well, if he doesn't knock him out, he's gonna lose the fight. So I hope he'll be looking for that knockout. Can he do it? Well, yes, that's his only chance to win. If the fight goes into deep waters, or if everything else proceeds the way it shouldn't proceed, then BSD is going to lose. So he has to fish for a knockout. He really has to fish for a knockout. That's his only shot. He needs to fish for a knockout. He'll have to look for one. As much as I can say, he'll have to look for one. If I was his coach, I would have told him to look for an early knockout. That's what no props, fella, no props. That's what I would do if I was his coach. Balaji Oki, Chris Duncan, I'm going no distance, or Oki to win. Then the next one is Nora Cornoli, Jacqueline Cavalcanti. Fight starts round 3, or Cavalcanti to win. Cavalcanti decision sounds like pretty much of a decent call to me. Next, we got Daniel Barez versus Victor Altamirano. Fight starts round 3, or Barez to win. Been a big fan of Altamirano. He also gave me an interview back in the past. Very nice, very pleasant guy, but simply I don't think he wins. Dario Železnakova, Alim Perez. Never been a big fan of Železnakova, but Perez missed weight, so when fight starts round 3, or Dario to win. I think Perez was shedding too many pounds. This was not a good weight cut. She didn't look good. Could be a problem. Lapilus versus Vince Morales. I've got fight starts round 3, or Lapilus to win. Next, got the combat between Ludovic Klein and Roosevelt Roberts. Say Klein to win or no distance, but more confident in no distance pick. Next, Umar Sai versus Down Jung. No distance or Sai to win. Kutelaba Arslan. No distance. Side call. Kutelab. And this is preliminary card. Then we are going to go through the main card and we are going to chit chat later. In the main card, there are some very much eye-catching fights. Fares Jan versus Matt Frevola. Matt Frevola is a steamroller. He wants to go for a knockout by any means necessary. So I'm going to go with no distance or Zian to win. Now, why I'm saying Zian to win? Because Frevola is leaving himself very much wide open, and he could also get clocked with a big punch. Zian has never been a knockout artist, but Frevola is just too open. It kind of scares the shit out of me, really. Morgan Sharia versus Gabriel Miranda. I got Sharia to win, or fight starts round 3. I believe Sharia is going to win this one. Kevin just said Brian Battle. I got Battle to win. I'm actually extremely confident in Brian Battle to win, especially after some of his recent performances. I have a feeling he's gonna clock his opponent. William Gomez versus Anderson Brito. I'm going with Brito to win, or no distance. I believe this fight is destined to be wild and great, and yeah, definitely gonna go with that one. Nasruddin versus Brandon Allen. I'm going with over 2.5, Rimo to win. Finally, the main event of the evening is kind of tricky, very much tricky to pick. I placed a bet on Moicano because Benoit St-Denis' only chance to win is a knockout. Question is, can he get one? Well, if this has been 145 pounds, he could have easily got a knockout, but Moicano at 155 is stronger. He doesn't shred too many pounds, and his grappling is pretty much out of different levels. So I'm saying no distance or Moicano to win. Benoit St-Denis' only shot is to win the fight via knockout. Can he do it? Ain't not gonna be easy, really. This really ain't not gonna be easy, but I hope he could pull this out, but it's gonna be extremely, extremely difficult for him. Like, I think it's extremely, extremely difficult mission for Benoit St-Denis. Moicano's grappling ability is on a whole different level, and that's definitely going to be a big, big problem. I got Moicano submission. I actually agree with you. Moicano submission or boring decision, but potentially submission. So let's go. Round robin. You know my bets, I didn't change them. Round robin, Moicano. Who else do I have from others? Moicano. Do I have anyone else? Kutelaba is plus 100. Yeah, at my bookie, Kutelaba is plus 100. But it's a pick'em according to many bookies. And Barez is underdog. That's actually great. Yeah, this could be a good underdog call. Barez as the underdog could be a really decent call. Yeah, I'm like very confident. Unfortunately, I mean, you know my bets. I released my bets in Tuesday's video, and like I'm not hiding anything. I'm not Angelo from MMA Picks or any other weirdo who wants to earn money by scamming people. And you know that I'm not a guy who's gonna hide anything. And simply, it's not part of my game. You know, I'm not such a big expert like Angelo. Angelo calls himself a big expert, but he obviously isn't some kind of a big expert, but a scammer who scams people for premium memberships. And I'm just saying, if somebody wants to donate, send super chat, super thanks, or whatever to show his appreciation for what I'm doing, thank you. But me, I'm never going to do the thing Angelo does. That's simply unthinkable. That's simply unthinkable to me. Also, there is, I need to check one of my emails. Oh man, I've got many emails coming up. Hey MTG, where did you see she's good on the ground? Which fight? It was in one of her previous fights before UFC. This fight. I'm gonna tell you right now. It was in one of her previous fights. Before she joined UFC. Daria Zheleznakova was fighting at Open Fighting Championship 15. And that is this fight. This. The feeling about Chris Duncan. Feel he's way more intelligent fighter, true, better gym wrestling advantage. He seems very stiff and athletic. Worse striker. Same fight, not going the distance. Unfortunately, have to give advantage to Oki for same reasons you mentioned, but no distance is my most confident pick. Yeah, that's that fight, Meruerti Braeva. When she won that title at Open Fighting Championship 15. That's where I've seen she is good on the ground. Only that fight. I've seen her doing a good job on the ground. Like against Randon, she had some solid moments, but we can't say it was a good ground game. No, far from that. Only against Tibrueva. What underdogs do you like this card? Do you believe that I placed a bet on Moicano? I wrote round robin. You see, Moicano, Cutelaba, and Barez. At my bookie, Cutelaba is very slight underdog. Barez is very slight underdog, and Moicano is extremely heavy underdog. But can you believe that I placed a bet on Moicano to win? Yeah, as crazy as it sounds. I know. It was plus 225, something like that. No, I do see Moicano winning the scrambles. Same, Benoit St-Denis has to knock him out. But Benoit could knock him out, also. Thanks MTG for the sharp shave. Thanks. Thanks. Do you think Anthony Joshua can beat Dubois in a rematch? Pretty difficult question. I think he has all the chances because he's a power puncher. But on the other side, Dubois' head movement kind of shocked me. I'll be honest, I didn't expect such a good defense and head movement on the end of Dubois. No. Good luck to Jack. Do you do see Moicano win the scramble? Same. If the fight goes to the ground, that's definitely going to be win for Moicano. I think Barez beats Victor Altamirano, who is now the favorite. Do you agree? Unfortunately, yes. My most confident underdogs are Moicano, Cutelaba, and Barez. I mean, if you can call Cutelaba the underdog, he is like plus 100 at my bookie. I don't even consider that an underdog. And also, Barez is plus 110 at my bookie, so also not a heavy underdog, kind of slight maybe. Say very slight. I mean, I wrote in my previous stream, I wrote all my bets, so you can check whether it's good or bad, whether it's going to be lucky or not. We are going to see. Nobody knows it right now. But maybe soon we're going to see whether it's good or bad. Signed up to 6 new bookies after getting restricted. My favorite one, Skybet. Yeah, 120 quid free bets coming. Good luck, man. Yes, Perez is also a plus 110 barely underdog. Yeah, technically he is underdog, but at my bookie he is plus 110. And we got plus 100 for Kutelaba. So technically Kutelaba isn't even the underdog, but I mean technically he is, but it's a pick 'em. I understand that technically on the piece of paper he is kind of the underdog, but this fight is a 100% pick 'em. To me at least. Skybet restricted me to placing no more than 125 on a bet because I kept winning, kept placing bets at the best price. I only had one losing month in 10 months. This should be illegal. Well, that's why I don't like bookies. If you start winning like a maniac, they are going to restrict you. Hello, Mason. I'm just telling. If you start winning like a maniac, if you have a lot of knowledge, they are going to restrict you. That's why I go face to face. I only use one Meridian bet. James, use decentralized bookies like Roll, Bit, or Stake. It seems MTG has a lot of experience with this. You should follow his piece of advice. But I guess not, unless you go into a physical betting shop. Unless you go into a physical betting shop, yes, yes. That's what I do. That's what I do. I always bet face to face, because I say, listen, I want to play this, that, and that's it. And sometimes I win, sometimes I lose, but that's it. We survived the hurricane. How are you doing? Not of us. Very hot and humid. Yeah, maybe. I bet for fun though, but if you physically go, that's like I guess the only way because sooner or later they can, some bookies can restrict you for no reason. If you keep your crazy winning pace, they might restrict you. And you know why I'm betting only face to face? Why I only bet physically? Because I know that I'm an idiot. I know myself, and I know what would I do. For example, I would if I win one bet, I would say, okay, maybe I could put more money on this. Sooner or later, you have to lose if you play like that. And if I play, for example, two or three slips, then when fights are over, I will know whether slips are accurate or not accurate. No, that's why. Because if I bet electronically, I will probably lose all the money. And not because but because I don't know to stop when I bet via app or something like that. But if I go face to face, then either you win, either you lose. There is no like option number three. We all know there is no option number three. And I don't have time when I go live to visit my bookie, and don't have time to visit my bookie and add new bets. Yeah. No, when they see you coming, they always know it's UFC. Oh yeah, absolutely. They are always asking, "Is this another UFC bet?" I say yes. Always have the best price, even if you lose money. But do that, they restrict you as overtime. They think you will profit. Exactly, man. They are going to restrict you sooner or later. Some bookies. Not saying all bookies do it, but some. Underdog play for this card is Matt Frevola. Good luck. My underdog play is crazy as fuck. Renato Moicano. I even placed a bet on Moicano. Now I'm even saying to myself, man, what have you done? But I already placed that bet. There is no miraculous coming back. There is no miraculous second chance. So let's see. Hello, Walter. BSD gas out early in his previous fight. Think improved this. It's fight 5 rounds, so I think BSD starts a little bit slow. What do you think about that? I've never seen BSD starting the fight slow and never seen him looking solid in round 3. So I don't know what to say about that. Never seen that happening, but you never know. He's got good coach. Maybe his coach gonna come up with something different strategy. I wouldn't be surprised. But it would be weird to see BSD doing something like that. It would have been pretty much weird. I'm not saying he won't, but I'm saying it wouldn't be normal for him. Bet Daniel Barez, Ellen Perez plus Brito, Chris Duncan. I will no doubt also bet Moicano. I already bet on Moicano, so I'm as crazy as you officially. I have bet Frevola. That fight is hard to call. Zion Frevola, very hard fight to call. I guess I'm crazier than you on this card. I still can't believe that I placed a bet on Moicano. Eileen, yeah, she missed weight and looked horrible on the scales. Maybe this was just too much of a difficult weight cut for Eileen Perez, but you never know. Let you, the gentleman, I think this is the same as when you said, call me crazy, but Belal will win. Yeah, I even bet on Belal, believe it or not. Only over 2.5, that was my bet. I didn't bet on Belal straight. But yeah, I said call me crazy, but Belal is going to win. This time I say call me crazy, but if Benoit St-Denis doesn't knock him out early on, Moicano could win. And realized she had bad weight cut. I was confident otherwise. Please rewatch the veins. She missed the scale by half a pound, but she didn't look good. Can't wait Bivol better beer. Same. Good fight. I know when I said call me crazy, but Bilal is going to win, but I was giving like 70% to Belal, and people were like, why he's so annoying? Yes, he is annoying, but he's winning decisions. The guy is winning extremely boring decisions. Moicano has some similar game plans to BSD if he's able to take the fight to the ground. Very similar fighting strategy like Belal. Stay boring, control your opponent, look for a submission. It's a completely different story if Benoit St-Denis is able to knock him out on the feet or even rock him. It changes everything, but I've seen Moicano against Dolber that he can tolerate left-handed guys very well and that he can stay away from a dangerous left hand in a really, really good fashion. So that's why I'm saying call me crazy, but we have good chances. We have good chances to see that happening in this potential combat. Bet against Belal and DDP every fight of their entire careers cost me lots of money. I should have bet on Belal many times in my life, but I don't like the guy because, he supports victim crime pussies, but he is a top tier fighter, I'm not going to say. But as a person, I really don't like him. I really can't stand the guy who turns himself into a victim 24/7 and supports people who make a problem and then turn themselves into victims. But I should have ignored that. I should have just bet on him every single time. He is a heck of a fighter. But when I don't like somebody as a person, it kind of irritates me. No, it's like, it's kind of, I should have looked at this as a business choice, but in some cases I simply can't, especially in cases of doggies. Kind of hard to bet on them. Ottoman Sean Brady. Never imagine Bilal winning the stand-up. Actually, I thought Sean Brady is a horrible stand-up guy. He's good in grappling, catching, wrestling, but never seen Sean Brady as a good stand-up guy. Think Belal might lose if he fights versus Shavkat Rakhmonov. Yeah, call me crazy, but I say Shavkat Rakhmonov wins that fight, and Shavkat is going to be the underdog. And yes, I know. I know something is wrong with me, but if they fight, I will bet on Rakhmonov. If they ever fight, I place money on Rakhmonov. Now you will say, Vlad, you hate Belal, etc. To some point, you are right. You are not right 100%, but you are right maybe 80, 85%, maybe 90. Yes, I do hate the guy. He's super annoying. He's a typical guy who supports victim crime pussies, but he's an excellent fighter. So like 85, 90% you are right. I can't stand the guy, but he's an excellent fighter. Nobody can question his fighting skills. Nobody in the world could question his fighting skills. It's true. His fighting skills are out of other dimension. Do you predict Elin Perez and the Russian chick? Right now, I'm questioning myself about Elin Perez because she horribly looked at the veins. She missed the scale. I'm worried now about Elin Perez, honestly. Sai, round one. Well, you could risk it. Does Sai go over 1.5? I don't think so. Sai is going to look for an early finish. But you never know. His opponent can take a beating, but I think Sai gonna be looking for an early finish. Eileen looked better at ceremonial weigh-in. She did. She did. I agree with that, but at weigh-ins, she looked like a broken chick. I don't know. Maybe she has a good mental recovery. It's not even worth it at these odds. At these odds, no. I think Železnyakova going to win here. Fight starts round 3 or Daria to win, if I must make a prediction for that one. Not even worth. Nah, underdog, but huge potential. Battle. I already have a bet on Battle. Seems like a cool card tomorrow. Yes, it is. Dirty Reg 22. Hello, man. Man, always look dead at wins. Maybe. Maybe. Maybe some chicks recover quickly. Maybe Lin has a good recovery. I don't know. I think Morgan Charrier is really good, but he could get subbed. Same. I didn't bet on that fight. I also had 10 losses, which is boring. I don't know much about him. I know a lot. I followed him at Cage Warriors. I know that guy from Cage Warriors very well, so ask me a question about Sharia. I'm gonna tell you anything you'd like to know. I followed Sharia's career in Cage Warriors for a very long time. So if you have questions, shoot in, please. I'm willing to respond them. About Morgan Sharia, no, I'm a big fan of Cage Warriors, as well as you know. I mean, you see me adding Cage Warriors cards whenever I have time, so. Did he lose to Bums? What do you consider under a bum? What exactly is a bum? A guy with 0 wins, a guy with horrible stand-up, with horrible ground game, the guy with horrible resume. What exactly do you consider a bum? Because all his Cage Warriors he lost in Cage Warriors, he was losing to very good guys. For example, I remember him losing to Jordan Vucenic, who is now a UFC fighter. He lost to Paul Hughes, a very good fighter in a robbery decision. Soren Buck has been a former UFC, if I remember well. The only real, like, not gonna say bum, but the only guy who has never had quality and defeated him was Pierre Sauvage in the early stages of his career, but he also lost to Saladin Panassi. You know that he is a KSW god. Ruslan Kazmurzaev is also a robbery loss, which happened due to a decision, so I can't say he was losing to bums, like bums. Maybe he had one questionable loss. Does he struggle with wrestlers or strikers? Wrestlers or grapplers? Just think Morgan looked really good against Chepe. Can't imagine him having 9 losses outside of UFC. He is having problems with wrestlers. You've seen that Chepe is a judo fighter, so he's more of some kind of combined grappling, etc. But yeah, I'm definitely going to bet him to get sub then. Yeah. You can try it out. I'm just saying, for example, against Soren Bak, against that Ruslan guy, that was a good wrestler, but he is very good actually against strikers. But against wrestlers, he might struggle. He might struggle against wrestlers. It's very likely actually to happen that he might struggle against wrestlers. Oh, thank you so much, MTG. Let's celebrate the first super chat. CA. Let's go number 4. Let's go for a cup of coffee. Yeah. So happy because of the super chat MTG. So by the way, how's everything doing? Just forgot to ask you everything. How's doing right these days? Any news or? Finally it worked. Thanks, man. And also, I was thinking about your theory and well, if you're if you found a good girl, you shouldn't let it go. It makes sense. If you two can get along together, etc., if you can solve problems, well, like if you can solve problems 50-50, or if there is an ability to get along or to make an agreement or to negotiate, why not? Makes sense. Definitely, man. Ups and downs together is luck. Ups and downs, yeah. It's kind of, well, every relationship should have ups and downs, right? I mean, every healthy relationship should have ups and downs. For example, but you know what is funny? Now I'm going to tell you something pretty weird. My longest relationship, for example, uh, we were together for like 3 years, but we never had like ups and downs. Everything was like a flat line, and it was kind of odd relation because everything was like a flat line. And then when we split, we were like, no, we split because we had different perspective of views, and we didn't have we didn't have same expectations, and we didn't have same how you say same views of the world that you see. But yeah, it hasn't been up and down relationship. It was a flat line relationship. And when I talk that to people, sometimes I wonder, man, how did it last for so long when it was a flat line for 3 years? My ex-girlfriend, we lived together. I ended up with her throwing plates at me, kicking my dog and stuff. Very toxic. Better to be single than in a toxic relationship. That is true. I back you up about that. I also don't like toxic relationships. So why she was kicking your dog? What did your dog do to her? My ex, for example, that ex that I'm talking about, she had a cat, and like she was angry because her cat was coming to to pet with me and to play with me, and because her cat was ignoring her when I was around. For example, it made her angry, and I asked her, okay, but that's animal. I mean, I'm not insulting your animal. What am I doing? She's like, but it's not fair. I'm her owner, not you. She shouldn't love you more than me. I'm like, but that's animal. Come on, it's just a cat. She's like, no, it's not okay. She was a nurse and would work long shifts, not very tidy, and she would come home, see a dirty plate left out, and made her so angry she would lose her mind. Ah, yeah, if she's nurse, I know it can be pretty difficult. I'm actually very tidy, so such things have never happened to me. Such things have never happened to me, I ain't gonna lie to you. Because I'm actually people are saying that I'm too tidy, which might be a pain in the ass for some people, and I understand that, but I get it. I get it. Some people get angry because of that. Maybe I don't know whether I would get angry, but if it's repeated over and over, maybe. I think it is better to speak about principles before you even engage in a relationship. Because sometimes people prefer to ignore this, but it ages very bad. It happened to me. I avoided it because. So you say, what do you exactly mean about speaking about principles, like views on your life, or mutual expectations, or broke up with her this year, moved back in with parents, then got arrested for racial hatred, have been on bail for 5 months. Wow, probably going to prison in December, which sucks. Why are you going to prison, man? Is it such a big violation you did, or man? I hope you ain't going to go to prison. I wish you luck, man. So in your state, if you do something like that, it's a very big foul, right? Like a very big violation. Or what about Jan Ricci? I have a feeling. I have a feeling that Jan is gonna win that one, but fight starts round 3 more looks like a better call. I wanted it to work, even naturally it wouldn't. In England, people are put in prison for posting mean things on social media. In my state, you can also go to prison for something like that, but you must send death threats to somebody. You must endanger somebody's life. I don't know how are rules in England and laws. I really don't know that. But in my state, it can also happen, but you must send death threats to somebody, or you must like threaten his family. I don't know exactly, but as long as you don't send death threats, you shouldn't end up in prison via social media. But I mean, technically you shouldn't, but it's just technically. I'm rooting for Richie. Same. I'm a big fan of Richie. Principles, in a sense, committing into serious relationship which leads to marriage. Speak about bills, speak about children, speak about how you both see your lives together. Made a post on Reddit. What did you do? What was the post about? Oh man. I'll be honest with you, MTG. Then I'm also having the same problem. I don't like talking about principles too early because um, I'm gonna tell you one thing. What was happening to me? What would you do if you really like some girl? Like you like herself a lot, you like her a lot, and you think you have some chances. And for example, you talk about different perspectives, and she says, "I'm willing to have kids like in one day." I don't know, 5 days, 10 days, and you say, "Okay, I'm willing to have a family, but let's get to know each other better. 1, 2 years, etc." What would you do, to compensate that? I'm like, such things are scaring me, I'll be honest. Because such things are actually scaring me. I mean, technically, you are right. About what you're saying, you are right, but if you get very much answer you don't like early on in the relationship, it might rock your self-confidence, if you know what am I talking about. But again, I think your perspective is makes more sense. But I'm just too scared to follow that path. For some reason, I am. Yeah, handsome with short hair and clean shaven. Thank you so much, Olito. Don't get married. No props. Well, if you ever want to visit my state or whatever, I can show you how things look in my state. For example, you can see our food or see how we have fun or whatever. Like, no, I think it's a totally different life here. But many people who came from like America, Mexico, Canada here, they're saying okay, it's very fun, but they're saying that we live totally different lives from them. Now, couple who split because when they got married, the girl wanted food delivered every day for lunch and dinner, but the guy wanted family homemade lunch and dinners, like simple stuff. Only they split only because of that? I'd like to, but money, my ability to get around, I'm limited. Yes, I know you're dealing with many problems and you have to work and distance. I know. But if you ever get a chance to come, you would see how different we live and how it is like a different life here. But yeah, I know. You got to work, got a lot of obligations. I get you. Life is hard. Don't get married with someone because of sexual attraction. You have to have common interests. That is true, Alita. So made this mistake before what avoid. Talking about things that might ruin the relationship, realize it's not the way to go. Okay, so you're saying like a super simple thing, like I want food delivery every day for lunch and dinner, and I want homemade meals, and it can ruin the marriage. Now I realized it works when you're direct. For example, the girl that I've been with very long time, I told her like we didn't have problem because of that, because sometimes she was ordering, I'm like, you wanna order? Go for it. She was like, you ain't going to argue. I'm like, no. Do you want to eat? She says yes. I say then go order. But she is like, you don't give a fuck. I said, yeah, if we're hungry, we are going to eat. She's like, it was funny to her actually. I prefer being single in science, living with my father, we get along, but at 30, have to move out again soon as I can't really date living here. I hated living on my own. I found it very lonely. It can be difficult, ain't gonna lie. Exactly. Glad he needs someone that understands his interest in the fight game, his YouTube channel and stuff. Exactly. That is that. You are right, Lolita. Only if she can understand my interests, we might have the future. Get a cat. Hey, do you know that I'm keeping my cousin's cat for 18 days? I'm going to his house while he's on the road. I'm taking care of his cat like 18 days in a row. Cats are great. I know. But in my condo where I live, it's cousin's condo, and he won't let me have a cat. And in my office, I'm not too often in my office. There is again a problem. Hold on. A problem with the goddamn file, which I need to resolve, and which should be resolved. I could do that. Here I am. I'm getting back. Hold on. Oh, here I am. I received my TRT treatment yesterday, and I'll be honest, my butt hurts like hell. Any locks? Any locks? I have a bet on Renato Moicano, believe it or not, and I have a bet on Brian Battle. And Clawman, I think Clawman, I have a bet over 2.5. Where are you going? At my cousin's house. MA Clown, Arc, parents are brother and sister. It's funny. A few clips of my dog on my channel. He's very cute. That's nice. If I go to prison, I will have to give him up. Oh. So nobody wants to take care about your dog? That's sad, man. Easy for me. For me, it's for example easier to take care about cats. Listen, I like dogs. Don't get me wrong, but when I was a young kid, a dog bit me. So I like dogs, but I'm actually scared of them. And the problem is the fact that dogs are feeling when you're scared of them. That's the problem with dogs. They can feel. No, really, I got nothing against dogs. Even my teammate, he's got 4 dogs. When I go to him, I'm okay with his dogs. I pet them maybe twice, 3 times, but his dogs are feeling that something is wrong, and they think it's their fault. I'm telling him, no, man. When I was when I was young, a dog bit me, and that's it. Horses, I got kicked and stamped on by a horse when I was small. Broke 3 ribs. I have never had problems with horses. I'm not against dogs. Don't get me wrong. I really ain't. But when I was very young, I'm telling you, dog bit me, and since then I'm like, okay, you're a dog. I'm staying away from you. I'm scared of you. And people are like, why are you scared of dogs? I don't know, man. I don't know why, but I'm scared. But I'm playing with my cousin's cat every day. He's cute. All animals have potential to be dangerous, even a gerbil. I know. Cats can also be dangerous if you go too far. They can scratch you, they can bite you, but they also feel your energy. Like Moses, my cousin's cat, he knows that I love him. He knows that. He feels the love in there. He knows that I love him. And he knows that I have a lot of love for him. He's a cool guy. Cool animal. Again, for example, when I go to my teammate, his dogs are not aggressive towards me. His dogs are actually very friendly, but they feel something is wrong. They feel something is wrong. They go to him and they're looking at him like, tell us what's wrong. Cats are fucking evil. If the neighbor feeds them better food, they will just go live there. Well, that's true. That is true. That's why you should keep your cat indoor, so she never meets the neighbor. Keep your cat indoor, and you ain't going to have a hard time with her going to live next door. Don't let your neighbor get close. Cats are not evil. Uh, for example, when I was having food poisoning on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, cousin's cat was laying next to me 24/7. All animals know if you like them or not. Used to have a cat and would often wake up to dead mice on my bed. Ouch. Your cat was a passionate hunter, man. They're wild, don't try to pet them. Well, that's true. Yeah, some animals can be friendly, some no. Depends. Depends. For example, I like cows. Like when I was young, I was playing with cows a lot. My granddad, for example, he was having a lot of cows, and I was playing with them. All cats are still predatory. They will bite you even if they are yours. It was a pretty James. That is true. They can bite you or scratch you. After all, they are predators. Cows are cute, yeah. No way, cows are so evil. I threw a beer bottle at a cow and it charged at me. You threw a beer bottle at her? Why? What did she do to you? I've never done something like that. I was only feeding cows and playing with them, but they've never attacked me. I was drunk. I don't think that's an excuse, fella. But I am very sad when you say that you might go to prison because of a Reddit post. My grandpa had goats. They used to climb trees, man. Very impressive. Goats were climbing trees? You think they were like climbing trees to eat? Whoa, that's so impressive. My grandpa was only having cows. He didn't have sheep or other animals. Threw a beer bottle at me, I curse you. People do a thing called cow tipping, where you go up to sleeping cows and push them over. Oh man, that's rude. Goats have weird poop. I don't know. My grandpa has never had goats or like. He had one sheep though when I was very young. He had one horse when I was very young, but the majority of his life was based around cows. My dad was living in the village and he was herding cows like all the time. Okay. He also had like chicken, a cock, like what was he having? Yeah, chicken, rooster. Yeah, he was having cows. He didn't have a bull. His neighbor was having a bull. What else was he having? Oh yeah, he was having pigs. He was always having one pig. But he was mostly dedicated to cows. Like even when I was asking him, he was like, "Listen, I was having like other animals like chicken, cocks, and so I just had them because of meat and eggs. But the majority of his time during the day was dedicated to cows. But he really enjoyed that job. My dad really enjoyed cows. That was his life. He and his wife, they were like herding cows for like 60 years. And interestingly, both of them were sharing the same passion. No, my granddad, not my dad, my granddad, my grandpa. He was a farmer, my grandpa and my grandma. And here's when things become even more strange. They were living in a tourist place. So, in a tourist attraction, you can sell your land, and you can live very, very, very peacefully with a lot of money, etc. They sold one half of the land, and on the other half of the land, my dad didn't want to, he didn't want to leave his cows, and that's the kind of arrangement he agreed with an investor. He said, "I can give you half of my land, but other half I have to herd my cows. When I die, you can take the other half." And that's like they were having hotels next to him, and he was having his cows. Here, if you want to be a farmer, you have to either be born into a farming family or be incredibly wealthy. Incredibly wealthy? Why? It's so expensive to be a farmer in your state. In my state, it's actually people don't want to be farmers, so state is like backing you up really, really hard. A farm and land here costs millions. UK, I guess. I didn't know it's so difficult to be a farmer. In my state, you know what's the problem? Anybody can become a farmer if he wants to become a farmer. The problem is the fact that people don't want to be farmers because that's a very difficult life. Everybody knows it's super difficult life. And nobody wants to work like from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. Nobody wants that life. My grandpa and my grandma, they were sharing the same passion, cows. They had like 10, 15 cows all the time. And also they were having like calves, but that was their life, and they were living pretty much nice from that. Land is actually pretty cheap. For example, I'm gonna tell you, land in my state is actually pretty cheap. My cousin, I live in his condo right now in the city of Pančevo. He got fired in his company. Now I'm gonna tell you, he got fired in his company, and he went farming. He moved to a village, and now he's a farmer. And state gave him a solid amount of money for that, just because he decided to move to the countryside. Pick a fighter from Paris card whom you can trust with your life. Brown Battle. For example, in Serbia, if you want to become a farmer, all you need to do is buy a land. Buying a land in the countryside isn't too expensive here, especially if you don't want to live in some very popular countryside. But buying, for example, tractor or car or machines, that's expensive. And state, for example, helps people who want to buy machines. Like, it's not that bad to be a farmer here, but I'm just saying, no, that job here, many people don't want to do it because it's very difficult. But state is actually, they want to help you. If you say that you want to be a farmer, they're willing to help you. And my cousin, he moved to countryside and he says, yeah, they help me a lot. I think being a farmer looks like a lovely life. Hard work, but better than being stuck in an office. Extremely difficult life. I mean, my cousin, I'm gonna tell you one thing. We haven't seen each other for like 3-4 months, and it's his condo. I'm paying his bills. I'm paying his money for his credit, because he's paying credit. That condo is still under credit, but it's not the topic. I'm just saying. Whenever I say, "Can you please come so we can see each other?" he's like, "Listen, I'm busy with my animals." I'm like, "Okay, can you come for 1 hour?" I told you I'm busy with my animals. And every single time I get the same response. He only comes to see me when I ref in his village, because the team from his village plays the league that I ref. And when they play, he comes. He comes to watch the game, and then we see each other. But that's like the only time when we see each other. Or when I decide to go to visit him, I also don't have much time to visit him. But if I decide to visit him, he's like, my doors are always open for you. Like, you can come whenever. If I'm not in my home, I'm at my animals. It's not like, ain't too difficult to find me. But whenever I call him to come, like, I'm saying, okay, but it's your condo. He's like, listen, I have a job at my animals. I'm busy. He is living a very difficult life. But he wants to be a farmer. He was working off his job for like 25, 30 years. And he is saying that he's sick of it. He said, thanks God I was fired. I'm like, nobody normal would say that. And he said, every normal would. I'm like, okay, but why? He says, listen, you don't know how hard it is to live an office life and to work in an office, to have obligations. You don't know how hard life that is. He feels like he's free again at 60 years of age. But why don't you get a loan? You keep paying off your own loan so that you end up with an asset at the end. I have my own condo. My office in Belgrade is my own condo. I turned my own condo into an office. The office where I stream when we have UFC events, that is my condo. I turned it into the office. I have my own condo, yes. But in the city of Pančevo, where I live, no, I don't like Belgrade as a city. It's like Belgrade is overpopulated, 2 million people, and Pančevo is only having around 100K. So, I have my own condo in a very big city, Belgrade, which now serves as my office. But maybe one day I will see what am I going to do with that. Every day the animals need feeding, looking after. They can't take any days off. No, you can't. It's easier to farm crops than animals. Yeah, it's easier to farm crops. But my cousin doesn't farm crops. He only farms animals. And I'm like, what happens if you're sick one day? And he says, well, I can't be sick. I say, okay, but if you no, you don't understand. I can't be sick. He's just saying I can't be sick. You don't understand that. Maybe he's right. Who knows? Maybe you really can't in that type of a job. Yeah, Alicia Cara fine. I don't think so. I think she grinds her way to the decision. But I think she's gonna win. It's like that my job at the moment. I can't be sick. My boss left me to go live, to go live in Bulgaria most of the year, and it's only me running everything, so I just can't be sick. Had to go to work with COVID. I get you, man. Not an easy life. Realistic outcome is Alicia win by decision. Dream outcome Alicia KO. True, have to agree with that. But more realistic Alicia decision. Start a savings account, take care of your teeth. You are right, I should do it. Oh fuck, I need to go visit dentist like this week or in 2 weeks. Fuck, I completely forgot that. Oh fuck, man. Can't believe I completely forgot that. What kind of an idiot I am. Thanks for reminding me, Lolita. I'm telling you, it's always better when somebody takes care of such things. I'm a guy who easily forgets. Fuck, you're right about that. I have to visit the goddamn dentist soon. I'm not looking forward to it. Not looking forward to it at all. Gonna be a difficult one. A few more minutes, I will go live. Tomorrow I have to stream whole card. And I was sick this week. I really had food poisoning. I really felt myself horribly. I really felt myself horribly. Kalmar, Sandy Ryan, winner how? Sandy Ryan to win potentially decision. I just hope it ain't going to be another majority decision, questionable majority decision, or questionable split draw or whatever. That kind picking a side in boxing is judges can pretty much ruin everything. I'm not saying it doesn't happen in MMA, it does, but not that often. In boxing, like these judges almost never agree with the decision. Extremely difficult to pick in some cases for me. You're right, James. Living on your own is difficult. I live on my own for like uh, 10 years, and I have my own condo for 7 years. But I moved out of my own condo and turned it into the office 2.5 years ago because I couldn't stand the pressure of a big city. Like 2 million people, it's too much for me. 100k city is a perfect spot for me. For example, Pančevo, 100k people, a perfect city for me. Definitively. The most perfect city for me is Pančevo. No, I don't like extremely big cities. They are overpopulated. People are extremely nervous. It's not the way of life I want. Living with women, too much stress. Well, if you can't get along, it is extremely stressful. If you two can't get along, it can be extremely stressful. Jesam, odlično su. Odobrili su mi tek danas na carini ove pakete, pa sad mi stigla poruka na temu da su odobreni na carini, pa valjda će sledeće nedelje da mi postiže sve to. Hoću da preuredim ovaj office više. Važi, brate, važi. Guys, you tomorrow. Good luck with bets. I'm saying the same. Ne, nego... mnogo su nešto ostalo na carini. Ma može, bre, nije problem, okej. Ako budem... Vidi, ako budem išao kod Rajka, nikakav problem nije. Gonna go with Sanders, Zayas, and Zayas could score a knockout. He could score a knockout. Zayas is a very much of a pressure fighter, very powerful, aggressive, good angling. I think Zayas could score a knockout. Pa, zar nisi vidio šta sam ti postavao na najnoviji video što si postavio? Oni Nganovi nokauti mi se baš sviđaju. Da, pogledao sam, postao sam ti, jesi uopšte vidio da sam ti okačio komentar? Onaj Ngannou mi je izletao kao recommended. Nešto si stavio top 5 Ngannou nokaut, tu sam ti čak i komentar ostavio. Možda i najbolji video koji si ikad napravio tih shortsova. Yeah, good luck to you too with the bets. A vidim neki nešto 10.000 ti imao jedan, to je odlično. Pa ništa, nastavio postojiš iste shortsove, šta da ti kažem. Očigledno da, znaš, ako daju rezultat roka. Jedino pravilo sa YouTube-om je da nema pravila. Koliko god da nam ti ono delo retardirano, jedino pravilo sa YouTube-om je da nema pravila. Ako iz nekog razloga se gleda rok. Bravo, majstore, bravo. 25.730, svako ti čast. Odlično. Super. Naravno. Ali voćkice, i to nam sve časa koja si ti legenda, brat. Ali voćkice. Joj, brat. Hvala Bogu pa da mi je dete kocka roknuo bi se. Da, jesam. In boxing in general, the outcome of decision is hard and chaos. 60-40, yes, no, yes. Hello, techno prisoners, how are you doing, man? Yeah, in boxing we have many more decisions, especially if it's an even matchup. Take no prisoners. Can you believe that I placed a bet on Moicano? Frevolar Ziam. Difficult fight to call. Fight not going the distance. My call. For some reason I say Ziam to win, but Frevolar could also put him to sleep. But I'm questioning my sanity for placing a bet on Moicano. Idemo da se kockamo, o Bože. Yeah, take no prisoners, believe it or not, I'm extremely confident. I'm extremely confident in Moicano for some reason, his grappling game. I don't know why. Women's boxing 70-30 decision. Maybe even 75% decision, especially if chicas are tough. We do see stoppages, but mostly due to cuts. We rarely see like a real stoppage, like a real knockout stoppage and the heavy knockout. Alo, brat. A šta, može? Puštaju sad. I think it's gonna be a difficult fight to predict. Gonna go with over 2.5. But if I must pick a side, I would say Imov via decision and via technical and boring decision. Yes, 2-minute rounds need to be 3. Exactly. I know. Dobro. Ako puštaju, podržavam samo... Čovječe, u moje vreme to nije bilo, nisi smeo ni da pomeneš da ideš u kladionicu, brate, olešali bi te kući kad saznaju, ali evo vidiš sad kakve su generacije. U moje vreme to nisi smeo ni da pomeneš ako si radio. Mislim, ja to nisam radio, ali da i jesam, a da su moji saznali, ne smije da pomislim. Which one though? I'm a fan of women MMA, but not women's boxing. Same, I don't know. Favorite bets, Balaji, okay. Agree? Josette battle over 2.5, Ivan Erslan. We're on different sides this time. Think Ellen will be able to take him all down. Hardly. Very hardly take no prisoners. Imov's ground game and takedown offense is actually way better than I expected. He is the only guy who took down Chris Curtis like 3 or 4 times. Da, jesam, brate moj. Jesam. Moicano, BSD. Sve Moicano to vem. Da, brate. Zaručkujem ovo. Yeah, take no prisoners. Also, I don't know, man. I'm confident in Moicano to win. I know the guy is extremely big underdog, but for some reason I'm extremely confident in him because of his top-notch grappling, wrestling. BSD should clock him early on and knock him out in the first, eventually second if he wants to win. If it goes into deep waters, it's going to be a problem. I can speak Serbian, I can speak Bulgarian, I can speak English. I understand German so, but I'm not speaking it fluently. I can speak something. And I understand some of Spanish, but I don't know how to speak it. It's extremely difficult to take down a St-Denis, especially in Paris. It will be an extremely difficult fight for Ellen. On the other side, Ellen was beating everybody in their own backyard, so I'm not gonna be surprised. Ellen is like Mr. Upset. Gracias, amigo, buen trabajo con tu YouTube canal. Gracias para ti, mi suscriptor, or sorry, my Spanish not too good. Mi suscriptor, or mi amigo. Here's a jam. Od round 3 jest szansa. I don't see round 3 winning. No. I don't think round 3 wins. Nah. Round 3's only chance might actually be big left hand, and against Pereira, good thing about that fight, left hook isn't going to work really well on Khalil round 3, but the problem is the fact that Khalil round 3 is kind of too slow and sloppy for Alex Pereira, and round 3 isn't going to try to drag the fight to the ground, so I think Pereira wins. That is Russian. Not sure. It's not Bulgarian, but we have similar letters. I assume he wrote something at Russian, but I understood what he wrote. He wrote, "Is there any chance for Khalil Roundtree to win?" That is similar letters like Bulgarian. Muy buen trabajo. Ah, me gusta, Lolita, me gusta mucho tu palabras, me gusta mucho. Rose Carrington upset loser win. I'd say win. That's difficult to pick. Difficult to pick a side in that fight. Very difficult for me. I'd say win. But difficult. His opponent is no joke. Eres muy guapo. Y tú eres un amigo positivo, Lolita. Y gracias para todos. Alright, I would stay longer, but I was sick this week and I was very, very sick, so I need to get some rest. Tomorrow I'm covering the whole card. I will try to, when I have time, I will try to stream more, but really this week has been a big letdown, and I'm excusing myself for that, but I hope I won't be sick anymore. What time is it over there? 10:27 p.m. Tomorrow I only ref one game, and the day after tomorrow I ref two games. But tomorrow I'm also covering. MMA. Това е трябва 3 без шанса понял. Това е достатъчно. Да, това е достатъчно. I'm female, thank you. Yeah, great female friend. Are you eating, drinking fluids? Actually, I'm drinking a lot of fluids right now, and I'm eating only light food, only very light food. But I'm still recovering. Sorry, just joke. You never know. Internet, God bless. Yeah. God bless to you too. God bless to you too, and I need to go to sleep now. Tomorrow covering the whole card airing, and I hope it's gonna get better. Thank you everyone, love you all, and see ya. Night. Please tomorrow join at fight card. We're gonna cover it tomorrow.